Recording in progress.
There we go. Okay, I picked up the sound somewhere else. So welcome everybody to another webinar. Today, again, we're going to be focusing a little bit on the HeatPro cameras. This is for the VCA 3.0. But before we get started, please do me a favor and join the e-learning platform. This will make everything so much better. If you're not familiar with it, definitely please join it. A lot of learning things are happening here on this platform. But besides that, I just want to pull that out of the way. Today, we will give away, or not give away, but you can win. Where is it now? Come on, go down. There we go. One of these thermal cameras. So this is the 26-28 model. Yes, you can win it. And all you have to do is answer 5 questions. And how do we do that? Well, very simple. Let me again move this one away. So that's the camera, right? Let me put that back where it's supposed to be. And this is the QR code that you need to scan. Once you have scanned this QR code and you've gone through the process, it will take you to the e-learning platform. If you have a profile, congratulations. If you don't have a profile, please register a profile. Once this training course is done and completed, at 11 o'clock on the dot, this exam with 5 questions will start on the e-learning platform. Only for those that have scanned this QR code. So this gives you that capability of then joining that whole competition to win this camera for free. And we'll send it to wherever you are in South Africa. Please don't go and do outside the border. Sorry for the guys in Namibia and other areas, but please be nice about that. So that is the QR code. I'm going to just keep it there for 2 more seconds. So today's module that and again, if you can't scan, then take a snapshot and scan a little bit later. You still have time until 11 o'clock to enter into this, answer 5 easy questions, and you can win this wonderful thermal HeatPro camera. All right, moving forward. So as I was saying, so we've gone through this material before a little bit. So I'm going to just highlight some important things for you guys. But then also I thought about taking it into a different direction. Seeing that this material is already available, and if you wanted to have a look at that material, this is where the video is. It's on our Hikvision South Africa website on YouTube. So if you go to YouTube and you search for Hikvision South Africa, you'll find the exact same material that we are presenting. I'm just going to highlight some features so you can hear me in the background. I think it's me. Yeah. There we go. So same material, same everything. So definitely have a look. There's some additional information in this video. Please go have a look when you get a chance. So just to move that out of the way. Give me a second here, and then let's move forward. So hopefully all of you have scanned that QR code and have gone through everything. And I've got some little extra things I would like to show you guys as we move forward. So going back towards our material. So obviously VCA 3.0 has arrived compared to VCA 2.0. There's quite a bit of changes that are involved, and I'm going to use my little laser to show you guys a little bit of changes. So in those changes itself, let me also just move this bar away from me. There we go. That works better for me. Now I can see what I'm doing. All right. So we've got quite a few different models now available as well in the HeatPro, but you can also upgrade these devices, and I will highlight that just now. So you can upgrade the firmware of these devices into not all models. Please take note, only certain models will allow you that. But obviously, as you can see, there's some changes that have been made. So in these requirements itself, we've got different micrometers as well that we've pushed all the way to 12 micrometers. So there's quite an advance when it comes to these cameras, especially like the 26, 28, 10 model. So there's quite a few different ranges there. As well as different filters from your cancellation of your forklifts, smoke detection. Yeah, there's quite a lot, some nice little features. So we have gone over that. So definitely please take note of that. And then obviously the VCA, some of you might be familiar with it as the Dory, criteria, but we also know it as the Hikvision side of the VCA performance. So when it comes to the VCA, we focus on how far we can detect a human being, right, or vehicle in that instant. So it depends on the model itself. And as an example, again, here is the DS-2TD D 2628 model, the 10. So there, and you can see the distance of the human, right? So it's very, very far that it can detect a human accurately. So there are differences. And if you want to go down that rabbit hole, there is a thermal training course that you can join. In that training course, we do discuss this as well, and we call it the Johnson criteria. So John Johnson, science guy. But anyway, enough about all of that. So moving forward, so a lot has changed. So obviously filtering out a lot of alarms. When it comes to these HeatPro cameras, please take note that it's bi-spectrum, meaning that we are using the CCTV lens and as well as the normal thermal lens as a combination. That's why we say it's bi-spectrum. It has self-learning calibration, and we'll highlight that again, as well as different modules. So reducing your false alarms quite a lot. So it's there, so just have a look. Moving on from that point, right? So there's different ways that we can set it up. I'm not going to highlight everything because we have gone through this before. So definitely from the bi-spectrum, we have understood. Then there's also a little video, but due to the PPT, I have made the plans to download the video. So first I want to introduce a little bit more about the VCA. So let's have a look quickly on the video.
HikVision's HeatPro series thermal camera with upgraded VCA 3.0 provides more precise detection and is adaptable to various application scenarios.
HikVision HeatPro thermal cameras could perform perimeter protection under extreme environment, such as total darkness area, and also could find person behind the strong headlight, but when an object's temperature is close to that of the surrounding environment.
It can blend into the background and become invisible in the thermal image. This is particularly noticeable during hot summer days when a person's surface temperature is similar to the ambient temperature, often leading to numerous missed alarms in perimeter protection scenario. HikVision's VCA 3.0 technology addresses this challenge with bi-spectrum analysis, ensuring high precision detection and significantly reducing missed alarms, even in environments with small temperature differences. Traditionally, thermal cameras require manual configuration of a filter box according to the size of objects at varying distances to maintain detection accuracy. To exclude animals such as birds and rabbits, users need to configure each camera individually, which can be time-consuming and complicated, especially in large-scale projects. VCA 3.0 enables self-learning calibration for HeatPro series cameras. After installation, users can simply click on the web interface and have personnel walk around the camera's field of view. When the white indicator line in the screen changes from white to green, the calibration is complete, requiring no further action. This greatly simplifies the setup process and enhances usability. Additionally, combined event alarms can help filter out unwanted alarms. For example, in an office park where an intrusion area is monitored, employees may inadvertently cross this area during the day, triggering false alarms. By configuring the combined event alarms, only the desired intrusion alarms will be activated, like requiring the line crossing to trigger an intrusion alert. In this case, the intrusion alarm will only be reported if the line crossing condition is met first. This effectively minimizes unnecessary alerts, focusing on real security threats.
This function is also widely used in solar fog perimeter protection to filter unwanted alarms from ghosts.
All righty then. There we go. Camera, my side. Focus on the prettiness. Okay. So just to concentrate on that, I'm not going to play these two videos due to the fact that it's a PowerPoint and we all know out of the series what happens with it. So just to show you how we set up that calibration, let's quickly have a look at that calibration, or not that calibration, but the differences between the bi-spectrum and elliptic. So as you can see in the temperature here, it does not see the person correctly. due to the fact that the person's temperature is very similar towards the temperature in that area. I just want to play that again. Sorry, there we go. You can see the temperature, it doesn't pick it up. But when it comes to the HeatPro camera, it obviously detects the person because it's using the biospectrum. In that biospectrum itself, it obviously focuses on the normal VCA rules and the normal thermal pickup as well of the temperature. So let me close that one. There we go. Let's move on from this slide. I just want to change my field of view here. Right. So in the sense, it means also that we can calibrate this. This meaning that we can use the self-learning calibration. In that self-learning calibration, there creates little lines. In those little lines itself, you need to walk up and down, and I will highlight that. Because when it comes to a certain environment, the person's size in the front area of the camera is very large. When it comes to the back area, it's really small. So those objects could create false alarms because a cat might be smaller in the front area, but it creates confusion. So definitely keep your eye out on that. So that distance itself is very important. So we have a little video here to show you. And again, I'm just going to highlight my video itself that I've already downloaded to show you guys the calibration. Okay, here we go. So once we've gone into it, we set up the rule. There is a wizard that you can go through as a guide. Once we selected what our detection is, a human general, we draw up our detection area. Once the detection area has been drawn up, then we can go towards the calibration. In the calibration, we can enable it. Again, it will focus on what we need to set up. And then here is your lines, right? So once you move across, you'll see that the lines will start going green as you cross them. If you have not crossed all the lines, then you can walk back to ensure that you covered all grounds. This means that you can enable and keep this calibration on for quite some time, and we recommend that as well to ensure to reduce your false alarms. Very straightforward, very easy. Okay. You can resume as well at a later stage, but up to you and your environment. Right. So very simple on that one. Okay. So again, not playing that video. Thanks to, it's a PowerPoint. Right. Moving on. So there's quite a few other things to consider. Understanding a little bit of the background. But again, last time we have gone over that, so I'm not going to highlight that too much. And then we have the normal, the combined alarm event that we can set up. This allows us to use maybe two intrusion blocks or maybe intrusion blocks and a line crossing, as we've shown before. So this gives you the capability to set it up, right? So you can have up to 3 different types. Depends on the time period itself of the trigger, meaning that I can put up a blocks, draw a line. If somebody crosses the line, it won't give me an alarm. But once a person has crossed the line and entered the intrusion block, then it will give me an alarm, reducing my false alarms quite a lot, right? So definitely something to look out for, right? Moving on, for large perimeter protection, yes, we do have that solution. Like I said in the video, it's exactly the same, right? As soon as it gets crossed. So there are different ways that we can use this also for third-party application. I'm not going to go too far down this rabbit hole because we have explained this before already. My apologies. Right. So also for the time schedules for the audio, there are different options as well. So you can also record your own audio in that environment. So from here on, the PowerPoint will continue towards the temperature environment, but I'm going to break a little bit away from it, right? So I want to focus on, yes, we know all this. We've gone through this part itself. It's better to have 2 thermal cameras than having your normal CCTV cameras as well as your alarm detectors. So saving you cost, is much better to have the thermal cameras. Maybe for a larger environment, right? Having the same capability, again, having your cameras. And also, because of the large perimeter, you can also go with the solar cameras itself. There is HeatPro solar cameras giving you 77 meters of VCA, meaning you can plant a pole, clamp that solar camera on top of that pole, and you are basically done. If you don't want to use a SIM card, you have the capability of using a wireless bridge to go towards a 360 antenna. So there are different applications that can be used. So there's different environments where we've already used this and we've shown this before. So I'm not going to go too far down that. But this is what I would like to show you guys. If you wanted the correct link, you'll find that on the Hikvision website, it will take you to the HikMicro portal. This is the link and it will be added into the material as well. So instead of me going on with the rest of the slides, because we've done this before, I would like to highlight to you guys how that would be in the real world, right? So let's focus on that on the real world. So if you want more information, visit the website of Hikvision. But for now, we want to look at the thermal design tool. So how do we get to that thermal design tool? Well, very simple. You go to, and I'm looking up, so I'm sorry for the camera angle. Once you go to your support structure, you'll find that there are different tools, right? If I do select the option for just tools, it will open up the page in a different portal. Once it opens up this page in the portal, you'll see there's also a high tool for the Hikvision side. But I can select the view all tools. In this application, it shows me all the different tools, but this is the tool that we want, the thermal design tool, the TDT tool. It's also in our e-learning training. So if you want your certification, it's basically the same thing that I'm doing here. Once you've opened that tool, it will go through different steps to assist you. But we're going to cut it short. So it's telling me that the link does not exist. So then I go towards this link. Sorry, my cameras are in the way, so I'm trying to look at it. Kind of difficult, eh? The guys that are here live. Okay. So it gives you different pointers. So obviously we're in a metric system. So I'm going to say, okay. So the first thing to note is you need to add in a picture. So I have gone already and searched for a nice little property. So I went onto Google Maps. So I can go and select satellite view. This is where the Hikvision office is. I just want to go a little bit backwards, and I'm doing this very oddly. So I do apologize for the inconvenience of how weird I'm doing this. But now I'm going to use a snap tool. So let's go to the Windows little cutout tool. Then I'm going to cut out this section of what I want to see here. Okay, so this is my property, right? But before I do that, I can also use a measurement. So just going back one second. Yeah, I don't want to save that Windows. I can also do a measurement. So Google allows you to do measurement on the Google map itself. So you can use Google Maps or you can use Google Earth. Google Earth is a software. So I just want to go from here to about here. And let's see if I can round it off slightly. Okay, let's just go with that one, right? And my screen just went blank on me. So let's try that snap out tool again. My apologies. Snap it out. Okay. Snapshot. Okay, there we go. So now I take a snapshot of my area as an example, and I know my distance. So let's do it like this. Okay, now I'm going to save it. So excuse me for saving it on my desktop for now. Save as, and yes, we're just going to put it on the desktop, and I'm trying to look at where's the save button. Okay, so now we're going to go back towards our tool that we've just gone into. So there is the tool. So now the first thing that I need to do is I need to add the map. Once I've added the map, and this I saved on my desktop, there's the map, open. It allows me now to see my site, right? This is the Hikvision office. Then I can use the ruler to edit, to go and change to say what the distance is, right? I'm just going to use that. And we're going to say, what was it? It was 80 meters, right? 80 meters. So now the system understands, okay, mine's not 100% accurate because okay. But anyway, you get the idea. So now I can go and add a camera. So it depends on the camera model, right? I can change the camera model to a different model. This gives me the capability to go use keywords, maybe VCA distances, or I can just scroll down and look for it. Please take note, not all these thermal cameras are available in this country. So you still need to speak to your Hikvision representative. I'm just going to go for demonstration purposes. We're going to use a bispectrum here. And then where is the, let's go, let's just select one. Don't be fussy even. This one. There we go. So now I've selected this camera. So now as my map is, and I've got my camera that I needed, I select the add button. Once I add the button, it drops down a camera. This allows me to see what my rules are. The rules are stating the mounting height, the different degree angle, etc. So you can play with it. So now I know I'm going to put up a pole somewhere here on this property. I can rotate it into the direction that I needed to view, right? But not just that. You can also note underneath the camera, there's a gray area, which means it's a blind spot. So if I change something, as an example, the degree angle here, and I'm just trying to look at the camera nicely. So let's change the degree angle. You can see how that degree angle is now getting maybe bigger or smaller. I'm trying to see, it's growing in size. There we go. So as you can see, it is growing. It's definitely growing because that's the degree angle. So meaning I'm going to need another camera to look after that area. So let's say I use a different model. I can switch or I can use the same one. If I am using the same one, it will plot it, but you'll see it will drop it on top of that one there. So once I go and plot my camera down on my perimeter and I change the angle, I can see now that this thermal camera will look after the other thermal camera. And so I carry on. I can add another one as an example. Again, it landed on top of the previous one. I can move it to a different area and change that degree angle. But now I can realize that, okay, this is going too far in that area. Maybe I need to have a different lens to have it shorter. This gives you the capability of signing up and setting up your entire thing without having a username, password, nothing. Then I can go and save it. Once I've saved it, it will show that I've saved it itself. Now it's also showing all the other stuff I downloaded. No, it's not that adult website videos. It's Hikvision videos. Anyway, moving forward, stop laughing. It's not funny. So when it comes to that, you can save it because maybe your client tells you at a later stage that you need to change this again. All right, so maybe you need to move a camera into a different area. Then you can save it again, right, as an example. So once you are ready to export this, please make sure that you are zooming out. And I'm trying to see if I can zoom out. There we go. Just want to move my picture a little bit. Okay, mine's not going to be perfect. Again, this is just demonstration purposes, so you need to tweak yourself, right? Now I can export it. It will ask me, what do I want for it, right? Do I want a PDF or Word document? I can name it, right? I'm just going to say test as example. And then who's the designer? Well, obviously it's going to be me, right? And then I can add a logo of my company. Don't have a logo because I'm Hikvision, but I can add a logo. So once I do that, let's do that. So, okay. And now it's exporting it. But you saw also I can import. Remember the file that I saved? I can import it. Right. Now I open up this file. Give me a second. This laptop is not the fastest, or desk laptop thingy. Right. Now it shows you the company logo. It shows you, who's created the products. It shows you your map of your site and your layout. And it also gives you all the models that you assigned for that site. How freaking cool is that? Hey? Okay. So please definitely go check it out. And I'm hoping that you'll follow the guides that I've provided and guides that I've given you. And then what else was there that I needed to add into this full demonstration? Besides the camera that you can win, besides the e-learning, the video that you can get this back on, I think the last thing is just the QR code again, isn't it? That's what you guys wanted, right? The QR code. So please scan, answer the 5 questions. The time starts at 11 o'clock today. First one to answer all the questions correctly, the first one to complete it is the one that will win this camera. The camera is looking like this. Let's move it into this area. There's the camera, right? If you weren't too sure, there's the camera. So I'm just going to minimize it again so you can see the QR code. So please scan it. Thank you very much for joining the e-learning. This afternoon, we have our HIK partner, our partner conference for Hikvision. So can't wait and looking forward. That's why I'm so dressed, so snazzy. So please stay tuned, join the e-learning, have a look at the HIK Partner Pro app. There's a lot of information there, a lot of assistance there. Please have a look at our website. There's also additional information. And yeah, thank you very much. And we're ending the recording here. Thank you. Keep well. Bye-bye.